Um, Anecdota. I get up and Saturday was outside. The day was agreeable and sunny. I was coming. I moved to high school, and I realized that I didn't have the credential. So I thought I was for returning to my house. Then I get back to my house only to see if where was, but I was searching for science and apparently I didn't find it. I checked for any place, but I was not in my place, so I checked my posts and there was it.
I checked the hour and already I was late, but I had to go since it was necessary to deliver a very important word to be able to pass the subject. When I was walking some blocks to high school when it started raining and I was not bringing an umbrella, so I decided to run get into the high school. When I arrived, the police officer wouldn't let me in for that I was wearing out of a classmate. Will pass near of me and he will notify to the teacher that will come for me because I did not have money in the cell phone. But in a moment, the police officer went away and I opened the door, so I decided to enter rapidly for nobody would see me. When I entered to the classroom, the teacher Angelica started questioning me and she left me in second chance. Her matter. At the finish of the day, I was walking direct to my house, and when I was coming to the bus station, I thought that I left some things in the classroom. And after that, I was running to the high school to see if I can enter to take my things. And the police officer didn't allow to me enter. But in this moment, I saw the teacher tell us to go out to her, and I approached to ask to help to him, and just before we racing to his car, I told him what happened, and for that reason he will talk with the police officer, and he allowed me enter rapidly for things that there had forgotten. The teacher terraces talked with the police officer, and he let me enter. When I come to prefecture, I asked to open the classroom for me to search. They did not want a hold on, and later they said me a rebel in the prefecture. They told me that there was nothing to go to address to ask. Enter with some fear but ask, and they give me my thing for a while. I started to check and I realized that things were missing, so I asked them if they know of the missing things, but they had not checked. What I had only took care of the backpack of its owner, so I had to look for things.
Again, in that I noticed that outdoor room was happily checking whatever they were doing, and I saw the rest for my things, along with a pair of teachers of respect for the band that was being presented in the outdoor room. I didn't not want to interrupt to go with a teacher because they seemed to be attentive and also very focused on what I was supposed. So I sat and waited until the teachers would have my things delivered to auditorium. When the event was over, I tried to hide it. I shivered and left things inside and the teachers came out. I went my things to when I started climbing the stairs and teacher and worried when I got nervous and saw him and came to pick my things that were there upon entering the teacher room. I feel something nervous and angry because I see me coffee. The teacher explaining that I have raining things because they wanted to check.
Them, and they forgot to return them. They gave me my things and they took my nerves, and when I left school I went to buy some things, and when I arrived at my house I didn't know have my credentials. It was too late to be able to return to look for her, so I spent the whole night trying to remember where I left her or if I leaned into a friend or if at some point I should have fallen, but as much as I tried to remember it, nothing that I thought was coherent, so I decided to take another one because I got tired of looking for what I asked for a new one. With that, you see that I paid for the delivery, and when I got to University City by the credential, the lady who attended me apparently remembered me, my face, and said that I had forgotten the credential last time. At the moment, I was shocked at time thinking how I could forget if I had one in the house. Returning home, I asked my mother if she had found my credential, and she told me that no, since I shot one that was all undone. For that reason, I should have asked for the credential that had been returned to me in rectory and the new one. I will have two credentials. I hope you will not miss me this time because the truth is very problematic. This from paperwork and object searches. When I arrived at my house, a friend had sent me a message that he had my credential. The next day I gave it to me and told me that I had found it lying in the street. I was surprised that I found it. I felt relieved, but at the same time I was frustrated because I realized that I was a very careless person with his things and I easily forgot my belongings. To have recovered my things, I went to a mall to eat with some friends. When I returned home, I noticed that I didn't know bring my cell phone and I sent message to the friends. I went to if someone had my cell phone but nobody had it and I decided to go to look for him to see if he was still there. I was looking for my cell phone but had no success in the search. I asked his cell to a friend to dial my house and I called but nobody answered the phone, and when I tried call my cell phone I noticed that they had turned off the cell thanks to that information the internet to do in case this happened and say that I could track the cell with the help of the company that provides me with telephone service, but it was very complicated. To count on your help, so I searched the internet and I found a page that would help me with that, so I entered the day that asked me and then I pointed out the address of the high school where the cell was there. With the information I decided to look in the next day in high school. The bad thing is that the page did not tell me the exact place where my cell phone was. So when I was in high school I had to ask my classmates and the prefects. After a long search, the prefects told me that they had seen the guard with a cell phone with the same specification of my cell phone. I went with the guard, says he didn't know until he confessed me that he stole and returned because he had a disease called kleptomania. I got over of the situation.